Yeah, you're not answering the question, chat. That doesn't really answer it. Is it just meant to be is it people just being a meme or like what? It's not a meme. Why does everyone wanting moonshine in EFT? Because that's the way you get the streamer items. You enjoy the game more right now or 1 or 2 years ago? I think the game's overall better right now than 1 or 2 years ago. But I think the game was the most fun a few years ago. Why? The time to kill was a lot slower years ago. So the fights were a lot more tactical and a lot more strategic. Whereas right now it's like, hey, there's a player, and then you're like,
happy 11th month from Germany, less than 3.
There's a Mosin, an SVD, an SA58, just something that will just one-shot you instantly, and you're just like, I honestly don't believe there's any point wearing Class 4 armor in this game at the moment. Class 3 armor is purely there to stop scavs. And Class 5 armor and 6 armor is the only thing that's going to save you more than 1 bullet. But if you're wearing Class 4 armor, I don't understand why people would... Unless they get it for free, I don't understand why people would use it. Generally, what items should you sell and what items should you keep? You should keep any items you're going to use or need for a quest. It's budget. Yeah, but like literally just what I said, guys. Class 3 armors, like Packers are your class. Packers Class 2, right? The Class 2 armor Packer is the only reason you use this is because you haven't got Ragman level 2 yet. But as soon as you get Ragman level 2, use this armor. And the whole purpose of this armor is just to stop scavs from one-tapping you, right? But this doesn't stop a Mosin. This doesn't stop an SA58, a Weber Hunter, good BTBS, BP rounds, any of the half-decent rounds. This doesn't stop it, right? And then all the Class 4 armors are just like, because like, looking at 47,000 there, all the Class 4 armors, another 20, 30k, not worth it, in my opinion, because they don't repair well. They're all ceramic. And they don't repair well, and they just don't really have a place. Maybe, probably the TV rig would be the only one I would put as an exception there. But you need to have level 5 Ragman for that point. Sorry, level 4 Ragman for that point. So for me, it's like, why would you wear... And then you just go straight to Class 5 armors, which is your Gen 4 assaults and that. Can you please do one more raid before I go to sleep? Sure. 6B 3TM or bust. What the fuck is a 6B 3TM? Is it a rig or an armor? One of the new ones, I'm guessing. You know, I still don't like this one because I don't like wearing armored rigs in general. But yeah, I would argue that this is all right. Is it Ragman 2 or 3 for it? Yeah, I would argue that one's good. I could argue for on the positive side for this one. So my argument would be like, and so like, I still find the game fun. Don't get me wrong. I just think it's changed it's changed a lot. And the problem is helmets aren't really effective. Like this is my theory on helmets, guys. Unless it's got a face shield, this is your best helmet in the game. I'm not even bullshitting. Because most people have bullets that are going to one-tap through every helmet anyway. And this one has a high ricochet chance. Right? High ricochet chance. And it's enough to stop pistols, shotguns, and it has a chance to ricochet. Right? So, and it's cheap. Whereas, if you're going to go buy this helmet, it's 4 times as expensive for one class better. The same, pretty much the exact same. So I don't understand why you'd spend the money to buy something like this. Besides, you get ear protection. I think that's the only difference. So for me, I just don't see the value in spending a large amount of money on helmets unless it has a face shield. That's the only reason. This is where my head's at with the game now. So to me, it's like the game's definitely slowed down the pace so much now that I actually think if you really want to play this game really, really, really well, you should almost just camp, play like a rat, barely move. Like I would, if I was going to play this game legit, like as proper as I could, I would move forward like 50 meters and then just go crouch again and just wait. And then I'd move like forward another 50 or 100 meters and I'd just crouch and just wait. Unless I had like a teammate, that's exactly how I would play if I was going to play to the T, the best possible survival play. It's just, I just don't like playing like that. I find it really boring. Why? Because there's so many guns now that can kill you in the first bullet. And so many ammunitions. And the only solution I can think of personally is you make it that running LPS GZH is not feasible as a budget. So I don't actually agree with increasing the prices of the Mosins. I think the Mosin doesn't need to be any more expensive than it is. What you do is you cripple people by saying, hey, if you're going to take in 40 rounds, that's going to be 40,000 rubles. Like, I don't understand how this round here, which can one-shot people in the chest, is like 4 times as cheap as say BS, which takes 2 to kill in the chest. And then I'm going to argue even a crazier point. This is $12 a round, which is about 1,400 rubles. I think it's about 1,400 rubles. It takes 3 bullets to shoot someone in the chest. 3 bullets. That's $36 to kill someone in the chest. Which is what? 4,000 rubles. So you got 4,000 rubles compared to 183. Why the fuck would you run 995? I just don't understand it. You're better off, like, okay, and what's the, is it, I'm going to get it wrong, chat. The full auto Russian gun. I want to say PKM. Doesn't the PKM use this? 7.62x54R? What happens when they put the PKM into the game? Imagine how fucking destructive that's going to be.
Pestily faster, pestily faster, pestily moist.
Right, even if the PKM was 100,000 rubles to run, right, as in the gun itself, you use LPS GZH at 183 rounds a bullet. Like, where's the logic in that? Full auto Mosins, 183 rounds a bullet, 183 rubles a bullet. You know what I mean? You think they're going to compensate by having insane recoil? They're meant to be keeping this game realistic.
Been running the iron sight Mosin most of the time since the wipe. So satisfying dropping a big boy with it. Definitely needs some sort of change though.
I think they should just do what do what actually would be realistic and make nearly every gun fucking hard to shoot while standing up. Particularly something like a PKM or a any of the big guns. Like, you're not going to run around with a Mosin and just be like and just like instantly tap people in the head in real life. Like, just make guns really fucking heavy and hard to aim while standing. And then make people have to go prone. Crouch isn't even a good
for shooter born in heaven.
Crouch isn't even a good fucking firing position. If I had to pick between crouch and standing, I'd probably shoot standing. I wouldn't be as accurate, but in real life, the time and effort to be able to do it. If you could lean up against something, either of them would be so much better. Anyway, that's enough talking. Let's go to a run where you guys get shitty at me.
Pestily doesn't even play the game anymore. He just talks shit. Just wants the Mosin gone.
I want to reiterate. I actually don't mind the Mosin being in the game. I just think it needs to be the ammo needs to be fucked off. Being a bit more in line with what the gun actually does.
Pestily said, "Fuck Mosin! Fuck Mosin!"